All right, already. Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. We're getting ready to go. I sent a text out saying that we'd start at 11:30, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. As we get started, a number of roads are closed. Hopefully you can stay put today. You cannot travel on closed roads or you will be fined. These are closed in the state of North Dakota and Minnesota in places, and we'll go over exactly where that is in this update. So if you're getting my notification on the cell phone right now, or if you have not downloaded my app yet, please take a moment and download it. Search Hutch's Weather in your app store today. Now, conditions are going to be worse than this video clip that I shot driving around Fargo in one of our last winter weather events that have worked its way through the region. The wind is picking up not only the light amounts of snow that fell overnight, but it's picking up the snow that was on the ground from our Friday-Saturday blizzard as well. Kim, good to have you on board, and we're going to go over the details right now, and I'm just getting you some facts. Number one, the snowfall is still out there, but it's wrapping up. We're going to show you exactly when it's going to be worse. I have concerns for central Minnesota as well. I'll show you why coming up here as we go through, and we'll talk about exactly when that wind starts to die down in this update. It really does help my videos out here. If you like, if you comment, share, you can tag friends on the videos as well, and that absolutely helps out very, very much. So thanks so much. Good morning to you, Mary Ellen. Appreciate having you out there today. Dawn, winds are whipping in Waban. That sounds like too frequent thing for this weekend. Hutch has been working more than he wants to when it comes to this, but glad to be here, and I'm glad you're here with me. James Springer, thanks. Crazy and cavalier indeed. It's just been wild. I showed that in my last video update. We're going to get started, and we're going to get started right now. You're watching Hutch's Weather. Otter Trains is on board. Hi, good to have you on board. 2 inches of very fluffy stuff in Perham. And your wind is gonna rock here later. Thank you so very much. Okay, let's get started. Here's the latest from the DOTs. We're going right to the road conditions reports from our area DOTs. Again, you can find this information on your app, on Hutch's Weather app. Let's go to this page though. Now, first thing you're gonna see is a lot of purple on the map. That's a travel alert. Now, you can travel in these areas, but you're going to run around icy areas with blowing and drifting snow. There is a no travel advisory in northeast parts of North Dakota today, but Interstate 29 has been closed from Grand Forks to the international border. Again, the Interstate 29 has been closed from Grand Forks to the North Dakota border. And we're going to take a look at some of these cameras later, but the headlines really are the fact that we have closed roads. Do you see all of these big warning signs right here? Those are closed roads in northwest Minnesota, north of Fargo. We're going to take you in right now and show you some of the roads closed. So there's Interstate 29, a big thoroughfare closed at Grand Forks for anyone trying to travel north or south. Not going to happen today there. There we go, taking a look now at what's going on as you get out of the Pembina area into Kittson County. It's the east-west thoroughfare here from Hallock right toward the state line is closed at this point in time. We have a lot of east-west thoroughfares that are closed, but check this out. This is what looks like Highway 75 here has been closed all the way from Crookston and Point South. So Highway 75 is completely closed all the way down to Halsted, and looks like maybe even farther than that. So Pearly, it looks like maybe it closes at Pearly. Let me get the factual information here. US 75 closed between Pearly and then north of Crookston, but it keeps going. So if you get through Crookston and then you want to go north, you're closed there too. All the way up on Highway 75, it looks like it's closed all the way up to basically the Pembina area and the Emerson area. So Highway 75 has been closed. We have Highway 9 closures in Norman County, Ada, Borup. So again, all of these east-west thoroughfares, or many of the east-west thoroughfares and roads between parts of northwest Minnesota and the state line are now closed. So as we take you into Ada, this is Highway 200. It's closed through Norman County, as is Highway 9. Highway 9 is closed, it looks like south of Borup at the county line, all the way up into Beltrami. Here, let's take a look at what's going on in the Beltrami area here on Highway 9. So wind reducing visibility to near zero, and it probably is zero in places out there as we go through. I know that you have questions. If you have to travel today, it's just not going to be good. When is it going to improve? We'll get to that in a second. Thank you for watching, Teresa. If you have a comment or question that you'd like me to get to right now, I'm happy to do it. BA, thank you so very much, and thank you for your uploads of photos of what's going on. If you have photos to upload, you can share those right from your app as well on hutchesweather.com. You can share them there. So either place that you go, you can share those with me at any time. So let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what's going on now. Northwest Minnesota has road closures. Let's take a look at Thief River Falls area. As you get a little bit out of the Red River Valley counties, we still have wind, and it's picking up and increasing right now. Visibility is reducing through Thief River Falls there as you go on, that's 59 just north of town. Now, as we go farther south, let's check out that Highway 10 corridor out of the Moorhead area and into Lake Park. Again, those winds have now changed. They've become northerly, and that snow that fell late last week, Friday and into Saturday, is being blown along with the 2-inch report that we got here or so falling in other areas. BA is reporting a quarter-mile visibility or less on Highway 22 at 10 a.m. Thank you for your report. Hutchinson, we talked about that as well. Between Hutchinson and Glencoe, sent a picture to the website. I do believe I've approved that, so I can do that in real time. So if you're sending up photos here, I'll just take a quick check and see while we're just visiting together about what's going on. So bear with me while I check your uploads to my dashboard here and re-update. This way I can update them as they come in. Okay, so yeah, BA did share some photos, and now we're going to look at a couple of more. So that's Lake Park. Let's look at Interstate 94. Now, as you just get out of the Fargo area, here is a look as we go by the interstate at Highway 9. Blizzard warnings in effect. It says right on the sign there, and you can see visibility reduced as you get out of the Fargo area and head on towards Fergus Falls. Let's get you out there. Here is just east of Fergus Falls. The wind has not picked up as much here, but it is going to in Fergus Falls. You are in the blizzard warned area there as well. Now you get out towards Alexandria. This is what the interstate is looking like at the rest stop here, and there it is on the interstate. It looks like it's not clear, but we got some blowing snow across the road. Visibility looks to be greatly improved. Here's where BA was talking. We have a batch of snow falling in and around St. Cloud and Point South, moving through the cities. The pink roads are not closed. Those roads are completely covered, though, with snow reported by the DOT. So we're talking areas in and around St. Cloud, the Sauk Center, whether it's Highway 15, Highway 10, that's going all the way from the Moorhead area right into the Twin Cities. There's going to be some rough areas to travel through there. So there it is. And now let's take a look inside some snow plows. We do have some tough conditions as we go south of the cities. And let's see here. Let's get into that Glencoe area here and Hutchinson. So let's see. Okay, let's go over here. Here is a look at some big flakes falling, but the visibility is pretty good in these areas. I'm looking for the polka dots on the map here because the Minnesota map will change with polka dots. Here we see them where we have reduced visibilities, and it's mainly confined to the northwest zones now because the wind has not picked up in parts of greater eastern Minnesota. All right, here's a look at peak gusts so far and what we've seen throughout the day today. Hitting 50-mile-per-hour gusts out there along the Montana border. Here in central North Dakota, we do have on the Highway 83 corridor, Bismarck, Mandan, all the way up to Minot, 35 to 40-mile-per-hour gusts, and it's just getting started is the rodeo here in the Red River Valley as that cold, dense air just pours right down the valley here, or I should say up the valley. It's blowing uphill. 38 mile-per-hour gusts in the Grand Forks area, 46 in Crookston, and as we look down towards Fargo, 29 right now with 43 as you look into south central parts of the Cass County area. So wind is picking up now, and that's what's going on with regards to that. Now, did we take a look at the South Dakota roads? I can't recall. I've done so many little updates here this morning. I'll go ahead and pop into South Dakota and Manitoba. Manitoba, here's what you're looking at as you go down into the southern part of the county. We have some area roads that are very tricky. It looks like there's an alert here. Blizzard conditions, strong winds, and zero visibility occurring in southern Manitoba. So that's their alert to drivers out there. Where you see the red roads, they are closed. So I-29 is closed all the way from Grand Forks Forks to the border. And as you jump on 75 in Canada, it is closed as you go up towards Winnipeg as well. The conditions up there are very similar to what we're seeing up in parts of North Dakota. Here is a look at Letellier, if I'm pronunciating that correctly, but pulling out a little bit of French there that I've never taken. That's what things are looking like. Manitoba roads, numerous closures for your area as well. And now we'll go to South Dakota as promised. And here is a look at what's going on the eastern half of the state and a narrow band up here from, say, Ziebach County right down in towards the Chamberlain area on the I-90 corridor, seeing some icy and snow-covered roads. There's a lot of wind gusts out here that are going to be hitting 50 to 60 mile per hour once again in western South Dakota. And out to the east, we have coverage of ice, snow, and frost reported, but no closures, and there are not any travel alerts from the state of South Dakota at this time. And I did say, so I will get to this, if you are up in Cavalier, here is what things are looking like on the Highway 5. Those east-west corridors, very tough. It's just a tough drive today. You're going to run into areas where you have zero visibility out there. So no travel advisories have just been extended live. This is a changing habit. Just stay home if you don't have to travel. But if you do, or if you must, make sure you're not traveling on closed roads or you will be fined. But definitely it's something where you want to check the road conditions before you make that trip. Let me get back onto this map here and move it over. We do have a no travel advisory that's just been hoisted for the Cass County area as well. It's not a road closure, but the Sheriff's Department and the DOT combining to say no travel is advised. Let's look out here in the Castleton area and look at that. Near zero visibility out there is hitting the central reaches of Cass County, and the stronger winds will be surging their way eastward as we go through. Now, as you go south a little bit here, what is going on as we go to Valley City and Jamestown? Valley City is in the blizzard warning today. Here are the conditions and the visibility near Valley City, and it is a little bit better at this particular location, but likewise, when you get into different areas that have some new snow on the ground, even from the other day, we're going to have some pretty terrible travel conditions. So as you look into western Stutzman County at Medina, this is what things are looking like there. So east-west roads today, gusts to around 40 plus miles per hour are going to cause difficult travel conditions. And the moral of the story is, even in this short little visit together, we've seen an addition to another county here where they've said no travel advised in and around Cass County. So for Castleton, for Mapleton, for you folks up there out in West Fargo and Fargo, we do have a no travel advisory that's been hoisted. It changes fast. Have Hutch's weather app in your hand to get the very latest information on that. We're going to get to the forecast again here momentarily, and I'm looking to see if there's any other photos that have been uploaded here. We'll share a couple of those with you and get to your questions just right now. If you've missed my forecast videos, I do plan to go over that while we're live together here. And then I'll have a little bit of downtime in between my next update here, because what we're going to see is continued changes to these travel conditions all day long. And Hutch's weather app is the place to have all of this information right in the palm of your hand, no matter where you're traveling. And I sure appreciate all of you who have taken the time to download my app. Here it is. And as I go to the app page over here and I move on over to it, there it is. Okay, so we're going to click on Hutch's weather app, open that puppy up. And when you do, one of the first buttons you're going to see on there is my road conditions road report from OK Tire. Here it is. So you can click on that and get the same information for any state in the upper Midwest and our Canadian neighbors in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. We have you covered as well. And because you requested it, Joe, give Joe a round of applause and say thanks, Joe, in the comments. He added Wisconsin for me too. I didn't think we could fit it on there, but you bet. Taylor's Stuck says, that's my daughter. Okay, so Taylor, Stuck, it's probably a good idea to just stay over there with Brooke. And thanks for the update, ladies. That's good to know that you're safe, and it's good not to travel today. On Hutch's weather app, you can watch my latest videos. When you push this, it's going to take you right to the live right now. So I send a notification out to you on the app, and it shows up at the top of your phone. And when you see that notification at the top of your device, and I think I'll show you exactly what it looks like here. Here's all the notifications right here. Whoop, we got snow with a temperature of 6 in the Moorhead area. That's where I am. And as we take a look right here, it says Oh, Hutch is going live at 11:30. What? You can click on that and it'll take you to my app right to the video section here. And now I'll do this and show you that we can see there is our live update going on right now. So many of you supporting me, by the way, and Joe has put together and helped me put together the shop so that you can have some merchandise, and your merchandise helps to support Hutch's Weather moving forward. Thanks to all of you. Thanks for thanking Joe. You guys are the most goodest. Now let's see about questions. Somebody's asking about audio. Kit, the audio is working here. Is anybody else having audio difficulties? Let me know right now. Hello from Wyoming, Stevens. It sounds like, because I'm only seeing one problem with the still no audible audio. Check, 1, 2, 3. I see it working on my end. Is the audio working for you? Audio is good, says Tina. So I just want to have a couple of folks here help Kit out. If you can help Kit, that would be good. Kindred has maybe 100-yard visibility on the edge of town, Brad says. Thank you very, very much. That's Kindred down there south of the FM area where my grandmother was born and raised. So I got to tell you what, the area is getting some terrible wind, even in town where we have more buildings to block it. Thanks for your report, Brad, but it's pretty tough. I do want to help you out, Kit. It sounds like the audio is an issue on maybe the device. Tell me what device you're watching on, and we'll try to help you out. In the meantime, I'm going to try to continue to help you out. Sorry about what was going on with my monitor there. So there could be on your device, if you're watching on a device, something where you need to turn the audio on or up on your computer. Sometimes that happens with my computer too. Thank you very much. Joe says, hi Hutch, love your weather app. Downloaded last week and find it very informative. Thank you very much. Lots of information on the app. And when you're perusing around, you can just swipe over on the screen and it'll change screens for you. Or you go up to the menu bar up top here and it will show you the latest information on the home page and home screen as well. You can get the latest radar, snowfall forecasts as well, all right here on Hutch's Weather and the weather app. So now we'll go back and talk about forecast information and answer a couple questions. And before we do that, I'm going to go right now to the snowfall potential combined with the wind and tell you when in your area the wind picks up, because there's a lull in the wind right now in central Minnesota. And that has my concern because that's the center of the low pressure center. And as it moves off to the east into Wisconsin, your winds die. And now the wind will pick up in Minnesota from the north. It's what's happening in western parts of Minnesota right now. So here we go. We're going to jump right over to the forecast map, and I've put together this neat little animation for us to go through the day. Let me pop the let me fix the timeline for us so we're looking at the model's timeline. So from 7 p.m., taking a look at the isobars. The isobars help meteorologists see wind, and I'm telling you this, when I was in TV, our consultant said, don't show isobars. Nobody knows what that means. Well, I have time to explain it to you. If you see isobars farther apart, the wind is lighter. So as we go through the day, the winds will be decreasing in Montana, in northeast Montana, as we go through the daytime hours. Why is this saying 7 p.m.? So I'm going to have to load this loop up here just a little bit farther in time because it's only got 7 p.m. on here. Let me go all the way out to, well, we'll just let it load. I'm going to let this load up here and it will review, but we're going to review when exactly the winds are going to be the worst. Let's talk about the snowfall though, because I can change gears here at a moment's notice, and we'll go ahead and do that. Here's the model I think is doing the best. And thanks to our Canadian friends, I think that model did the best with the last blizzard, with where the snow was and where we saw some of the more intense bands of snow. So I like that model, and I'm going to stick to it now with this system. And it's starting out right. It's showing a band of snow knifing through parts of South Dakota. We saw that on the radar earlier this morning. And the second band that we talked about, there was the overnight band that's already done and out of here. And then this band moving through parts of central and eastern Minnesota right now. That's what hit UP out there in the Glencoe area south. That's now moving south through the cities and on its way out. Audio working fine, Norian, thank you very much for that. Now let's go ahead and carry this forward and let's get to the drive time for your evening. Can things improve? Well, you're looking at isobars on this map too, so it's a pretty good idea here to show you that the strong winds in the afternoon hours as we go between 3 and 6 p.m. will be in the Red River Valley still, but decreasing, and it'll be really windy in central Minnesota. And that's why I'm concerned for areas from Bemidji, the Red Lake area, as well as all of you who got a lot of snow from Marshall County in and around Grigla and Warren, where we saw ridiculous drifts, all the way up towards International Falls and the Rainy Lake area. So those areas will start seeing those gusts, even though if you have trees, that's going to help, but that's going to cause more blowing and drifting as well. Your wind gusts there are going to be approaching 30, maybe 40 mile per hour in open country as we go through the afternoon and early evening hours. Then boom, by the time we get to the dinner hour, here it is, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. The wind is dying completely out in parts of Montana as a cold core of air moves in. And the coldest air of the season is on its way, folks, as we go toward the latter part of our work week, hint, hint, and into the weekend ahead. And then the wind focuses right on the Twin Cities, the Duluth area that picked up the snow and is picking up the snow right now. So it's going to last into the nighttime hours out there in eastern and southern Minnesota, and add insult to injury and take and blow the snow that fell Friday, Saturday, and again today around. So that's a look at that timing and track. The snow is all but done. Sounds working fine, Sherry. Thank you. Is it Cherie? Thank you very much. Joyce is watching. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go back up the top and start looking for questions. Thank you. Mary, good to have you on board. Glad I don't have anything outside. Crazy and Cavalier, thanks for the updates. Kindred visibility. Okay, Kip Baker, thank you very much. I hope the audio issue is resolved. Thank you very much for the kind words. Joe, I appreciate that. Joel, rather. Red Alice, I have audio. Good. Thank you for your update. Deb, good to have you on board. And again, Stephen, hi from Wyoming. Good to see you. I have a NOAA weather radio. That's a great tool to have to get alerts instantly when they're issued by the National Weather Service forecast office. It might be something I add to the Hutch's store that you can shop on sometime down the road here. Zero visibility for St. Thomas, North Dakota. Rockabilly Kitten, thank you for your report. Today is a don't drive unless you have full coverage kind of day. And indeed, Ace, that's a good point, you know. People close to me have been in some car fenders recently, so that's definitely right. The Minnesota Frontierman says, don't go, it's a blow. And I call these clippers more blow than snow usually, and that's what happened, but we have enough of this fluffy powder to fly around. Facebook, thanks to everybody who's watching and throwing stars my way and have supported Hutch's Weather. We do have some pictures, so I'm going to put a couple pictures up behind me in the photo gallery as we go, because BA sent some in, and I got one that's going to make us just smile a little bit, but let's go to that later. This is BA in McLeod County, and take a look at this. We are looking at some blowing and drifting across the area there, and there is enough snow to blow in that area. Thank you for uploading. Now here is a look at Wisconsin with the snow that moved through from our blizzard on day one. This really is loaded up in the foresty areas there in Cable, Wisconsin, way back from the Bayfield area where they got lake effect snow totaling in some of those areas over 1 foot of snow. Thanks for that. The sundogs were out barking heavy out there, and look at this drift, taller than this person standing out there. Emily Love, thank you. You had a video attached to this that you shared with me as well, and it was very impressive. That is a mountain of snow and a huge drift that formed in your property area as well. And this is a look at I said drifts of 10 to 13 feet. Check this out. Here's a garage. The garage door tops out rich in Warren, Minnesota at about 7 feet, unless you got a taller garage. So I'm estimating that's about a 7-foot garage door top right there. And then as you go to the crest of the roof, you see that drift that's just rolling right up there. That's probably close to at least 10, if not 12 feet high on that home. So that is a very high drift. And look at those cars. They are just smacked in. And now you got more wind with blizzard number 2 going. And while Beach, North Dakota looks like it looks with blowing snow, this is from the beaches of Florida. Josh, thanks for sharing this. Look at the cool clouds though here. You got thunderstorms approaching off the Gulf side, I believe, as you look down in the area just not far, Indian Shores, Florida, not far from Fort Myers, I believe. So that's what's going on there. Definitely no snow and definitely no blowing snow in Florida, as the beachgoers there have their own struggles to worry about in the form of thunderstorms. Thanks for sharing all of your photos with me. You can also upload videos for me as well. That takes care of that. Thanks, Hutch. What about Becker County in Minnesota? Becker County, the western part of your county, is in a blizzard warning at this particular time. So if we go to hutchesweather.com or the app and you scroll around on the page, you're going to find the details on where the warnings are and the look of the roads. We did look at the roads in Lake Park. There's starting to be some blowing snow, but the wind is only going to get worse now as we head through the afternoon toward the evening hours. So as you go to Hutch's Weather, if you scroll down on the page just a little bit, you're going to get to this section right here, and it's watches and warnings in the area. So where you see the reds here all the way from the Devil's Lake Basin through western parts of Minnesota, this does include you folks in Roseau County, and here's Becker County. You are in the blizzard warning from White Earth down to Detroit Lakes and Frazee. So the very famous largest turkey in the world, they're right in the midst of the Highway 10 blizzard warning that is ongoing in the area. Pelican Rapids to Fergus Falls, western Ottertail is included in the blizzard warning. Eastern Ottertail is purple. That is a winter weather advisory. If you do not know what it is, you can click on it and it will spell it out. And if you click on where it says winter weather advisory, it gives you all the text right from the National Weather Service, no matter where you are. So Hutch's app and Hutch's website have all of this available on Hutch's Weather for you to investigate that. Now, one of the other beautiful things here about the pardon me, the road condition page, if you click on that, it's not only about roads, but it's about future snowfall as well. So if you scroll down just a little bit, this is just one forecast model, but you have access to it right in your hands. So you're asking about Becker County, and I'm showing you how to use these tools because that way, when you're traveling, you can make important decisions, whether you operate a plowing company, whether you have to know whether it's going to be snowy on your route you're traveling. We can take you right into the area you're concerned about. We'll look at the southern Red River Valley. You hit play on the snowfall button over here, and it takes one model now. It's not right every time. No model is right every time. If somebody's telling you their app is best because their model's always right, they're wrong. It just doesn't happen. There's no one model that does this right, but it does give us an idea of the timing when the chance of the snow is the greatest, and it gives us a great tool to take a look at the snowfall potential. Now, everything in our entire area of northern and western Minnesota is essentially in this light blue shade. The scale or the legend at the bottom of the screen says anywhere from a tenth to up to around an inch of snow looks to be possible now from this time on. This model is updated every 3 hours for you, so you can take a look at the very latest right there on hutchesweather.com. Is that not cool? Look at you, Iowa. I get questions in Iowa. Look at Wisconsin up here. Once these winds become northerly, look out Bayfield, look out Apostle Islands, and points east into the UP of Michigan. Marquette and Hancock are going to see a handful of snow. So that's a look at that. A couple more questions and we'll rock through this. Let's look on the Facebook side. Audio is good. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Brooke. Audio is working for Janelle. Good for me, says Carrie. Thanks for all your help here. Helping. I'm not sure what's going on with that individual's audio, but we're trying to help them out here. Sounds working in Pelican Lake. Shelley says, wowza, north of East Grand Forks, can't see anything. Roads are closed in and around East Grand Forks and parts of northwest Minnesota. We went over that. That really is the headline of what's going on today. And I've spent a lot of time talking about the tools you have at hutchesweather.com and the Hutch's Weather app to know before you go. So if you're traveling back and forth between Fargo and say northwest Minnesota, these roads are closed and it doesn't look like the conditions improve until later this evening. So the blizzard warning is in effect until 9 p.m. I do believe. We'll go back to the warning map here on hutchesweather.com and take a peek at that here as we go back up to the top, and we'll go to the warning map. So we'll go home. And the warning map's on the main page. We scroll down, there it is. Okay, now we'll click on the blizzard warning for our area, and it is until 9 p.m. this evening. It might be different for a few different areas, so you can click on, because there's different weather service offices that serve our area. Aberdeen, for instance, has its own National Weather Service office. Our offices coordinate together, and they too have an expiration of their blizzard warning at 9 p.m. tonight. I think the winds will be dying out in western and central North Dakota before that time, and it will commence dying down as we go into the evening hours from western counties to eastern counties. It will still be windy beyond 9 p.m. for those of you in central Minnesota and eastern Minnesota. And if we look at the winter weather advisories there, these also are set to expire at 9 p.m. My concern is the wind and the snow that's on the ground will continue blowing well into the overnight hours in central Minnesota. So I just want you to be aware of that in these different locations. Brad, thank you so very much. Now, if you like what you're seeing here, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, give me a reaction or a comment. Those things do really actually help Hutch's Weather get spread to more people so that, well, folks on Facebook might get served that, oh, Hutch is live. Let's see what he has to say. Still answering questions. Thanks for the info, Tamara. You're very welcome. LaDon, thanks for watching. Carrie says, still blowing heavy in Halstead. It's going to be a bad hair day in Halstead, and that's just something to know. And Hutch uses and Hutch's Weather is sponsored by North Dakota and Western Minnesota super heavy duty hairspray. So it's a super duper hold stuff, and it works pretty good even in the worst of blizzards out here, as you can see. Wink, wink. Okay, Levon says Fargo. What about Fargo? What about Harvey, North Dakota? Well, thanks for watching in Wells County, Jackie. It's good to have you on board. As you take a look at this map, you are in the blizzard warning in Harvey, North Dakota, here in Wells County. Excuse me, you're in the winter weather advisory. So Jamestown, Fessenden, Harvey, you are in a winter weather advisory. Let's take a look at your conditions for you, though. It's pretty rough out there. I think some of the heavier snow from the last round missed you folks, but I got to get to the right page, pardon me. Okay, so now we're going North Dakota roads, and we're going to take a look at a camera out in that neck of the woods out there in Wells County. So here is the Fessenden area, and this road is shown to be green, which means seasonal, but you can see lofted and blowing snow in and around your area. You can see the black dirt of the fields probably even being picked up, and some of us here laughingly, tongue-in-cheek, call that snert. A mixture of snow and dirt. So you do have blowing snow and reduced visibility in areas of the county. Going down to the Bowden area here, that's what it looks like. And we do have areas of blowing snow and drifting snow and slippery roads, just not as much snow or fluff on the ground. Devil's Lake area, as we go right into Devil's Lake. Look at that, I'm seeing, well, that's not totally blue sky, but it sure looks a lot lighter there. In other words, more sunlight making its way through the clouds. LaDon, strong winds and a whiteout in Audubon, so that Highway 10 corridor there into Lakes Country is no fun. Windsock is standing straight out. Even the squirrels have abandoned the bird feeders and hunkered down. Norian, then that's a good sign, because those squirrels like to hog all the seed in my bird feeders outside on Hutch's Weather deck outside. So you're welcome for the info. Great coverage, says Daniel, and I think we've answered most of these questions. Hutch's Weather app is a great tool. Rockabilly Kitten, thank you very much. Lake of Fire says, yeah, one look out my window in Alvarado and I'm not driving out of this little town. Not a bad idea. So stay where you are, stay put, don't travel today. Check Hutch's Weather app for the latest. When things start improving tonight, it's going to be the best tool for you to know immediately when the roads are open. You just keep going to the app and checking. You can check any state in our region for the latest on the road conditions, and it's just another tool. By the way, as we go into the changes of seasons, Hutch's Weather app is the only one here that will give you alerts, early alerts and notifications right to your phone if you allow the notifications and if you allow the app to follow you, to twisting storms, even sometimes before warnings are issued for those twisting storms. Not every twisting storm creates a tornado, but I don't send out notifications for every little tiny twist that we see in the atmosphere. These are going to be ones that warrant paying attention to, and you're going to get an early alert to that storm. And you open the app, you look at the radar, where is it? Here it is, and it will show you. So thank you very much for your support and your questions. Let's see. What's up, Hutch's Weather? Good to have you on board. Thank you very much. And it looks like we're doing good. Brad, thank you very much. Great coverage, says Daniel. I think we're looking pretty good. So that's your update. I will take another look at the radar here real quickly for you. There is not a lot of impressiveness on the radar, and we are only seeing snow on these radars in or around areas where there are radars. So there's a lot of warnings on this. I have the blizzard warning flashing. You can see the area of concern there. The white that you see on this particular map is actually light snow, not clouds. So we do have Aberdeen snow bands. You look how narrow these are. There's a radar in Aberdeen. It can see this, and it can see in Bismarck snow. Some of it is lofted and blowing snow. I'm convinced blowing in these gusty channels of wind that are winding through our little bit of terrain that we have in the Missouri River Valley here. And from Minot straight through Washburn and that Highway 83 corridor, rather, we're seeing that band of snow. Guess what? We have a radar in Mayville, and it's picking up all this lofted and blowing snow in and around the region. And some of this could be fresh snow falling from the sky as well, even though the models are showing it winding its way out of here fairly quickly. Likely what we're seeing are these shallow waves of snow being lofted into the atmosphere and pummeled into your teeth and ear hole as you're walking and driving through the region. And again, Interstate 29, Grand Forks, all the way up into Canada when you get on Highway 75 there in Canada, closed. So we also have a radar in Minneapolis, and it's showing a healthy band of snow, but then it says it shuts off at St. Cloud. Not necessarily true. We are in a radar hole here. There is no radar here in parts of Otter Tail County or Lakes Country, Brainerd Lakes area that does a good job of seeing that far away. It can't see in these shallow winter events what is below the layer of the beam. The radar beam goes up at an angle like Hutch's arm is right now. The farther you get away from the radar, the higher above the ground that radar beam is. So as it goes away, it's showing snowfall that's up in the sky, not necessarily on the ground. And then when it starts shooting over the top of the clouds, you have no radar coverage at what's falling out of the clouds. There is a radar in Duluth, and it's doing a dandy fine job of picking up what's going on there. That is a look at the snowfall going on across the region. Here's that Canadian model doing a good job of picking up the band of precipitation moving through parts of western South Dakota. That's why I chose to show you that model. And now I've got that one last tool that I was really excited to show you, but my computer hadn't loaded it up yet. Now let's see if it's gonna work. So here we go. Now let's go back to our 4 a.m. time frame today. And as we move through, this is how, boy, this is just not working. I'm going to have to shut this one down. It's just not going to work. So the wind will increase in Minnesota from the valley and parts out to the east as we go through the afternoon and evening tonight, and then the system exits. The colors you're seeing here are the snowfall from this system that is going to be around to blow around, but it's only this system snow. We are also having problems with the last system snow. My apologies. A little embarrassed that product didn't work for us. That's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Stay warm. Enjoy your football game. I enjoyed mine last night. My Denver Broncos, who I root for, as you know, had a wonderful game yesterday, but some sad news. Our quarterback, who led us this whole way this season, is now out for the season with a broken bone, I think, in his foot or ankle. And because of that, our backup is a dude who has played very, very well, and in Stidham we trust. So let's see how that goes as we go into the AFC Championship game. So good luck to your teams as we go through the rest of the playoff season. The gusty winds that'll be from the north will continue on into the morning hours for parts of Wisconsin and easternmost Minnesota. So I think even during the late night and overnight, areas that have gotten or will get this fluffy, flaky snow will continue to see impacts. Thanks for watching. Thanks for downloading the app. And hey, why don't you come and travel to Norway with me while we're sitting in our homes, all cozy and warm, hopefully. We can think about some fun this summer. Here you go.
Hi, I'm Frode Tilden. I will be your native Norwegian tour director on the 11-day fantastic trip through Norway in August. Join Hutch and myself to explore the cities of Oslo, Flåm, Bergen and Trondheim, and many more. Call Breaker Tours for more info. Looking forward to see you in the fjords country of Norway.
All right, thanks, Frode. And I do want to let you know, too, that we have an extension of a $100 off certificate until February 10th, and a webinar is being offered for this trip as well. So I will extend this just a bit for some information on the trip you can find on the website or the app. If you click on the Norway deal, there's going to be a link to sign up for this webinar. It's coming on Monday, the 27th of this month. You'll get all the information from the team at Brecky Tours I will be there. We're going to see pictures, learn more about the tour. And so if you have any questions at all about what this is about, please join us for the webinar. Register here, though, so you get the invitation, and you'll join us all virtually, no matter where you're at, to find out more about visiting Norway with myself. Thank you so much again, and have a great Sunday, and stay warm. Whew, and things are changing. By the time I go off of the air and off of this broadcast, the road conditions are going to change, but that's just the way today is going to be. Check the app and the website frequently. Thanks so very, very much.
This has been a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Wait, you forgot the new app. You're right, I did